Good evening.
For
Bye-bye.
more on this now, we're joined by Congressman Rick Crawford. He's chair of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. Congressman, great to have you back on the show. So President Trump says Iran wants to negotiate, and it's not too late to negotiate, but Iran is denying it. You heard that official statement. Are they just trying to save face and not admit that they are actually ready to basically cave?
Sounds a lot like what they're trying to do. It sounds like they just don't want to appear to be groveling at the feet of the United States and certainly not at the feet of Israel. And so they're trying to posture a little bit. Understandably, I get that. But the reality is the president has left them some options. So we'll see if they are exercising prudent judgment or if they want to continue this engagement.
According to President Trump's own director of national intelligence, U.S. intelligence has not matched Israeli intelligence on how close Iran is to having a nuke. As you know, Tulsi Gabbard said in sworn testimony to Congress, all of you in Congress in March, that while U.S. intelligence showed Iran was speeding up enrichment, she said, quote, the IC, intelligence community, concludes that Iran is not trying to build a nuclear weapon. Has U.S. intelligence changed since the time she gave that sworn statement?
Intelligence changes all the time, and Director Gabbard does not go out and collect the intelligence. What she does is receive the briefs and then report. So I suspect that, in the course of those months, that certainly the intelligence could have and probably did change.
But you've received no word officially of that as a member of Congress.
We get updates all the time. In fact, we got one earlier this week. I'm not in a position to comment on the information that we received, but as I said, the director's job is not to go out and collect intelligence.
Right, but I asked because President Trump said that Tulsi Gabbard was wrong, that in fact the Iranians were very close. You are on the Select Intelligence Committee. Can you just confirm what President Trump is saying, that our American intelligence, not Israeli intelligence, American intelligence, says that Iran is in fact moving to get a bomb? Because this country went into one war in Iraq based on faulty intelligence. The intelligence is really key here.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm confident that the president will make the best decision based on the information he has in front of him at any given time.
Senators had a classified briefing with the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth today. Those senators emerged saying they believe there's a better than 50-50 chance that Trump will launch a strike. Do you think he's made a firm decision yet?
I would not attempt to characterize his decision or his decision-making process. I think certainly those options are available to him. I think he's been given a variety of options, and that's what the intelligence community, the National Security Council, is there to do, to provide him with options, and ultimately the decision is his to act on what he believes is the best decision.
And do you believe the president needs to come to Congress for approval before launching an offensive military strike?
Not necessarily. I mean, if we were going to declare war on Iran, then most certainly this is not necessarily a formal declaration of war. I would think that if we were going to sustain activity there or operations against Iran, then he would certainly come to Congress and say, hey, I want a declaration, and that's your responsibility, Congress, and he would ask us for that. But he has executive authority to take action as he sees necessary and then come to Congress and report it, and any further action in terms of declaring a war would require congressional action.
And would you approve that?
I'm not in a position to say that today. I mean, we would have to wait and see what this action yields and what his plan might be if we were to sustain military action in that theater.
All right. Congressman Rick Crawford from the House Select Committee on Intelligence, thanks so much. Really appreciate you joining us.